Hey everybody, it's Justin, your favorite neighborhood yoga hippie. And here I am, back with another video for you. And I decided, that it might be time for Yoga Hippie to do a little bit of yoga, right? So I've kind of find myself over the last week or so just being in sort of a funk, man, kind of off balance a little bit. And anytime that happens, I try to sink back into what I know, meditation and literature, philosophy kind of stuff, right? So in that, I heard this neat little story, right? So this young man, this Japanese young man, wanted to study martial arts under a master. So he goes and he finds a master, and he says, "How long will it take me to master this art?" 10 years at least. Oh, well, what if I work twice as hard as everybody else? The master says, 20 years. Well, what if I work day and night to the best of my abilities? The master replied, 30 years. So the potential student says, well, how come every time I say that I'll work harder, the time gets extended longer? So the master says, when you have one eye fixed so tightly on the destination, that only leaves one eye left to find the path. So this was kind of a reminder to me to get back to me, get back to the fundamentals or the core. The core is the most important. If you haven't mastered your core concepts, what business do you have extending your reach out? So that's what today is. Today is a quick little core workout that you can do on the floor right beside of your bed as soon as you get up, or after you've had your coffee and you rub the sleep out of your eyes. This is a good, quick exercise that we can do together any time of day. It only takes a few minutes. You really feel it through the core. And I promise you, do this a couple times over the next couple of weeks, and you will start to see and feel results. So we ready? All right. So from an easy seated position, whatever that looks like for you, we're going to warm up just a little bit. Some deep breaths in, deep breath out. And while we're sitting here, we'll start to rotate our wrists around both directions. Arms, elbows, everything loosened up. All right. Inhale, arms up. We're going to gently twist to the right. So left hand on the right knee, and we're pulling that right shoulder back as far as we can. We're not pushing with the hands. Inhale, arms up again. And we're going to switch sides. Again, we're pulling that left shoulder back. Right hand on the left knee. All right. Very nice. Next, everybody meet me in plank position. So plank position, fingers wide, shoulders over the wrist. And when you're in plank position, remember, we're going to tuck the hips, creating a long straight line of energy, engaging those quads. And if you want a little bit stronger plank, flip those feet over and re-engage. So here we are, we're going to hold this. Next, we're going to lift that right leg, straight line, hold it here. And release. Now the left leg. 3, 2, 1, and release. All right, now back up on the toes, feet a little bit wide. What we're going to do is we're going to let those heels fall over to the right, and that right hip is going to hover right above your mat, right above the floor. Then, using the core, we're going to rotate all the way around, left side down. 2 more on each side, to the right, and to the left, to the right. Last one, come on. And to your knees. Very nice, very nice. Make sure we're engaging the core. Now let's move around, let's find your sit bones. We're going to go into our boat pose. So for boat, we want the feet down, knees up, and when we lean back, we want to only engage the core. If you start to feel it in your hips or your quads, you want to come back up and only engage right through here. So maybe for you that looks like this or this. Arms can be anywhere overhead. That's a real workout. So from here, feet down, knees up. So kind of our starter boat pose, right? So we're going to lean back, engage the core, and then we're going to hold on to your precious light right here. This is the light you give everybody. You have to protect it. So we're going to gently twist to the right, your little ball of energy. Bring around to the left. Back, and to the left. One more on the right, to the left. All right, middle section, shoulder height, left, right, left, right, left. 2 more, up high, right, left, right, and left, and rest. Give yourself a big hug. You're doing great. And remember, the first time that I tried this exercise right here, I could not make it all the way through. I was struggling. I could barely get around. And I promise you, it wasn't but maybe 2 weeks. And I started to get all this down and feeling so much better about it. Before I knew it, I could do all of this, kind of in my sleep. So keep working at it. All right. Next, we're going into a low boat, canoe, or a hollow body position. So for this, we want the feet up, shoulders up, lower back pressed into the mat. And we're going to hold here. And if you want a big workout, you bring those arms overhead, you kind of lengthen all of those ab muscles. 3, 2, 1, and then we're going to rotate, stacking the hips over to the left. Remember, keeping that hollow body position all the way through. I'm going to rotate all the way over to the right. Arms overhead. To the left. To the right. Couple more. Left. Right. And rest. Very nice, very nice. Next, we're going to do something similar to like a flutter kick and bicycles kind of put together. Okay, so from your low boat, you're going to bring your knees up. Your shins are kind of parallel to the floor and the ceiling. So, shoulders up. We're going to open up. We're going to tap your ankle with the opposite hand, right? So, leg extended. We're going to switch. We're going to do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Nice job. Take a breath here. Get a little bit of a rest. All right. So, whenever you're ready, roll forward and meet me in a forearm plank. So again, we still have shoulders over the elbows. We're just on our forearms. And again, you can lengthen those abs out a little bit by flipping your feet over. Engage those core muscles by tucking the hips. 3, 2, 1. All right, you're going to shift that right elbow right under your face. You're going to rotate your hips over for a side forearm plank. Here we've got a long line of energy all the way from the heels to the crown. Now we're going to let that hip settle down, almost touching the floor, and pull it back. Dip, pull it back. Dip, pull it back. 2 more. Down, up, down, and up. Perfect. Swing back around, forearm plank. Now the left forearm goes under the chin. Roll around to side plank. A long line of energy. And then we dip and pull it back. And you dip. I dip. We dip. All right, 1 more. And back. Forearm plank. Now knees down, hips down. We're going to come all the way down. Hey, you made it. So here we're going to look for the baby cobra pose. Hands right under the shoulders. Legs extended. And you're not going to push up with your hands. You're going to pull up with your back. And stretch. Don't forget to breathe. And release. All right. So here we're going to push ourselves up. Walking the hands back. Find ourselves in a high kneel position. Here we're going to do camel pose. And we're going to go with the easy version. Hands in the back pocket. Make sure our hips stay forward. As our gaze goes back to the ceiling. Opening that heart up. And release into your seated hero's pose. See, it wasn't so bad, was it? A few minutes out of your morning, or maybe at lunchtime, any time of day, really. I promise you it'll change your life. It did mine. So anyway, keep tuning in. We'll have more yoga, we'll have more talking. We'll have all kinds of cool stuff. Thanks for watching Yogahippie. And if nobody told you they love you today, I do. See you next time.